Hello and welcome to Golden Age of Geek. I'm Mike, your host, and in this episode, we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Supervillains. This is meant as a companion piece to an article I wrote for Script Magazine. The link is included in the description below. Now, Marvel has done a lot right this past decade, so some backlash was inevitable. Every frame of painting pointed out how generic their movie scores really are. Patrick H. Williams talked about how their color grading results in some pretty flat visuals, and that may sound a little nitpicky, but as he points out, that is the exact opposite of what a comic book should look like. But by far the biggest complaint is that they don't have compelling villains, except for Loki. But I want to say, or remind everybody, that Obadiah Stane in the first Iron Man movie was pretty awesome. Marvel really got off to a hot start with this one. The film is a classic. It still holds up even after the flood of superhero movies that have come since. And Jeff Bridges' performance as Obadiah Stane, the Ironmonger, is one of the highlights of it. It's a very subtle performance, but very charming, charismatic. It's everything you want in a character. And even though they don't delve into his backstory like a lot of other movies will do, which is often, by the way, a big mistake. We don't really need to know what drives a character. We just need to see it. And you see it in Obadiah Stane and in Jeff Bridges' performance. The standout scene is when he is just letting loose on his technicians who have failed to recreate the arc reactor that Tony Stark had built in a cave with almost no resources. He just bellows at them, and it's just so telling that the one thing that can make this guy lose his shit is Tony Stark, the person who, at the start of the film, we see him treating as a surrogate son. So, yeah, that is good writing, good performance, good character work. It's hard to get better than that. Eventually, Marvel did top that with Loki and with Tom Hiddleston. But let's not forget that Ironmonger and Jeff Bridges really set a high bar for the Marvel movies to come. Now, that said, they haven't exactly always risen to that bar, but that bar was set by Jeff Bridges in the very first movie. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to like or subscribe, and I will see you next time on Golden Age of Geek.